Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Wednesday, November 26, 2008. And today we're reading Exodus chapter 8. And we see here now Moses is going to Pharaoh for him to let the people go. And Pharaoh's hardening his heart. So the Lord is working through different miracles to really get Pharaoh to release the people. He sends the frogs and the lice and as well as the flies. And as I was reading this, there was something that actually I just thought about, that how this has become such a difficult place for the children of Israel. And you remember back, this is where Joseph had went to in Egypt, and it had been such a blessing for them at that time because there was a famine, and they ended up going there, and it was a great blessing for them at the time because it saved them actually. And I was just thinking this morning that now it's become such a they're being so oppressed in this land. And it's become such a tremendous place. And it's funny how one thing that was a blessing, such a great blessing for them at one point, now has become such a a terrible place for them to be. And that was a lesson I believe probably could have saw a couple of chapters ago, but I just really thought about it some more in that way today. And really, I guess it shows us that certain things that can be a blessing for us at a time, it can also then, if you just remain in that thing, and you're supposed to actually be doing something else. But if that blessing can then turn into something that is becoming negative for you, just like how being in the land of Egypt was a great blessing at that time, but because that wasn't their final destination, or that wasn't all they were supposed to be, all they were supposed to do, then it turned into such a terrible place for them to be. So that was one lesson I got from this chapter. But even in reading through the chapter, I saw where they were talking about the land of Goshen. And remember now, the children of Israel are there in Egypt, and now that all these things are happening, the Lord is sending all these the frogs and the lice, and then the flies, the swarm of flies. The children of Israel are still there, but then what happens, because they're in the land of Goshen, there's separation. So even though they're in Egypt, their area is not affected like how the rest of Egypt is affected. So this also, I always enjoyed the story of the land of Goshen, but this just shows how whatever is happening to everyone else around you, as long as you stay connected to God, and as long as you're on God's side, then you can be protected from everything else that's going on around you, and from even the dangers and everything else that might be negative going on around you. As long as you stay connected with God and you're on God's side, just like how the children of Israel are, then they're actually immune from all these different plagues that are coming to affect and destroy the land of Egypt. So that's just a reminder to keep your relationship with God intact, and all these other things that might be happening, and as you see in the in the world really right now, you can remain immune from that, and you can actually still prosper and flourish as long as you stay connected with God, and as long as you keep that relationship intact, and as long as you're on God's side, like how the children of Israel are. So with that is today's Lessons for Life. Go ahead and create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we will talk again tomorrow.